Have you ever stopped to ask yourself who you're really choosing to invest in every single day? Not your job, not your relationships, not the endless demands of the world, but yourself. What if the secret to unlocking everything you've ever wanted starts with one simple decision: to focus on you? It's a truth that shakes the foundations of how most people live their lives because society teaches us to give our energy away, to prioritize others, to fit in, to sacrifice our own needs for approval. But what if that pattern is exactly what's been holding you back? When you shift your attention inward, you ignite a power few dare to claim. You begin to build a foundation so strong that it doesn't matter what storms rage around you. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. It's the act of telling yourself, I matter, my growth matters, my happiness is worth fighting for. Imagine waking up every day feeling clear, energized, and fiercely alive, not because someone else has validated your worth, but because you have created it from within. This is the real prize waiting for you on the other side of distraction and doubt. When you commit to yourself, you tap into a force that changes everything. You become unstoppable. The research is clear. People who practice genuine self-focus show higher confidence, emotional resilience, and the ability to bounce back from challenges faster. But this isn't about cold science. It's about you. About the feelings you've buried beneath noise and obligation, the dreams you've hidden because you thought they weren't allowed. Right now, there is a version of you waiting to emerge, one that doesn't apologize for needing time, for setting boundaries, for saying no, one that understands the power of quiet self-care and relentless self-belief. This journey will ask you to do things you've never done before, to say no to distractions and yes to your own needs, to feel uncomfortable because growth always requires discomfort. But every small step you take toward focusing on yourself will send ripples that shock the people around you, because they'll see a new you emerging, stronger, freer, more alive. This isn't just about change, it's about transformation. The kind that shifts how you see the world and how you move through it. And it all starts with a choice to put yourself first. Not because you are ignoring others, but because you are honoring the one person who will be with you your entire life. You deserve to feel proud of yourself, to trust your own voice, and to build a life where your energy is respected and protected. Stay with me through this, and you'll discover how focusing on yourself is not just a strategy, it's a revolution that can reset your entire existence and leave everyone around you wondering how you did it. The power to shock the world is in your hands. But first, you must decide to shock yourself. When you decide to focus on yourself, expect resistance, not just from the outside world, but from within. This is a hard truth that many avoid facing. People around you may grow uneasy. They might question your choices or try to pull you back into old patterns. This happens because your transformation threatens the comfort zones of those who have defined you for so long. When you start stepping into your own power, it disrupts the familiar roles others have assigned you. It challenges their sense of control and forces them to confront their own limitations. But what you must understand is that their discomfort is not your problem. It is a reflection of their fears and insecurities. The moment you realize this, the power shifts. You no longer need approval or validation from those who resist your growth. Their doubts do not define your worth or your potential. Inside, you might also face resistance, self-doubt, fear of failure, the voice that whispers you're not enough. This internal struggle is the fiercest opponent you will ever face. Your mind is wired to keep you safe, often by resisting change and clinging to the familiar, even when that familiar is holding you back. Recognizing this inner resistance as part of the process transforms it from an obstacle into a signal. It means you are on the edge of something significant. Science shows that when you push past discomfort, your brain rewires itself, strengthening pathways that build courage and resilience. The resistance is proof that growth is happening. Lean into it, own it, let it fuel you rather than freeze you. Remember, every great change in life begins with a moment of discomfort followed by breakthrough. If you allow yourself to be shaken by others' opinions or your own fears, you give away the power that belongs to you alone. You were never meant to fit into the mold others created for you. Your true strength lies in stepping out of that mold and showing up fully as yourself. When you stop fearing resistance and start welcoming it, you build an unshakable foundation. You become someone who moves forward not despite the challenges, but because of them. This shift in mindset will surprise everyone around you. They won't understand why you seem more confident, more grounded, more unstoppable. And that's exactly the point. Your transformation is your message. Your focus on yourself will shock those who counted on you staying the same. It will disrupt their expectations and force them to rethink what they thought they knew about you. But the greatest shock will be to yourself. You will discover reserves of strength you never knew existed. You will realize that your greatest opponent was never outside, but inside. Your doubts, your fears, your old beliefs. When you embrace this truth, the resistance becomes your greatest ally. It is the fire that forges your new self. This process is not easy. It is not comfortable, but it is necessary. Because on the other side of resistance lies freedom. The freedom to live on your own terms, to pursue your dreams with fierce determination, and to finally stand in the power of your own focus. The world is full of voices trying to pull you in every direction, demanding your attention, your energy, your focus. But when you decide to focus on yourself, you create a filter, a shield against the endless noise of opinions, distractions, and judgment. This is not about shutting others out. It's about choosing what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Your mind has a limited capacity for attention, and where you place it determines the quality of your life. Science shows that selective attention protects your mental well-being and shapes your emotional reality. When you learn to filter out the noise, you protect your focus and your peace. Imagine how different life would feel if you stopped reacting to every criticism, every comparison, every expectation placed on you. What if you stopped letting the fear of judgment dictate your actions? The truth is, most people never reach this level of focus because they mistake external opinions for truth. They give away their power by trying to please everyone or avoid conflict. But the moment you realize that no one else controls your worth, that their opinions are just that, opinions, you take back your power. Focusing on yourself means drawing a line between what feeds your growth and what drains your energy. It means letting go of the need to explain or justify your choices. When you do this, you create space for clarity and strength. Your mind becomes a calm place where your goals and values can thrive without interruption. This clarity allows you to make decisions with confidence, instead of second-guessing yourself in a fog of external noise. The people who are meant to support you will respect your boundaries. Those who resist will fade away, revealing who truly deserves to be part of your life. This process might feel isolating at times, but solitude is the soil where your strongest roots grow. You don't need constant approval to validate your path. Your focus on yourself is your validation. This self-validation is not arrogance. It is a necessary armor against the world's attempts to distract and diminish you. When you filter out the noise, you protect your energy, your time, and your spirit. You become less reactive and more intentional. Every decision you make becomes a conscious act of self-care and purpose. This selective attention doesn't just protect you, it empowers you. It shifts you from being a passenger in your life to being the driver. It allows you to steer toward what truly matters to you, without being derailed by irrelevant opinions or unnecessary distractions. Imagine how powerful that is, choosing what deserves your focus and letting the rest fade into the background. This is the core of true freedom and growth. When you focus on yourself with fierce intention, you shock the world, not by shouting louder, but by standing quieter, stronger, and more centered than anyone expected. You show them what real power looks like, calm, unwavering, and deeply rooted in self-respect. Your life transforms because your attention creates your reality. Choose wisely. Choose yourself. When you commit to focusing on yourself, the first step is to discover what truly matters deep inside you. Not what you've been told matters. Not what others expect, but what lights a fire in your soul. This is the foundation of real change. Without clarity on your values and desires, it's impossible to move with purpose. Your mind is a powerful compass, but it needs direction. Self-awareness is the key that unlocks your inner map. When you pause and ask, what do I really want? What feels authentic to me? You start to clear the fog of confusion and action. This clarity creates a powerful emotional anchor, one that keeps you steady in moments of doubt and chaos. It gives your focus a destination, not just motion. Psychology teaches us that people who develop strong self-awareness are more resilient, happier, and more effective in every area of life. They make decisions aligned with their true selves rather than being swept away by external pressures. This process requires courage. It means being honest with yourself about what you want and what you don't. It means peeling away layers of conditioning and expectation that have clouded your vision. But the reward is worth every moment of discomfort. When you know what truly matters, your focus sharpens and your energy flows with purpose. Suddenly, distractions lose their grip. You start saying yes to what feeds your soul and no to what drains it. This shift rewires your brain, strengthening pathways that support motivation and clarity. Your actions begin to align with your deepest values, creating a powerful momentum that feels both natural and unstoppable. This is where the magic happens. You stop chasing approval and start chasing fulfillment. You stop trying to be what others want and start becoming who you were always meant to be. The beauty of this transformation is that it shocks not only the people around you, but also yourself. You realize your potential was never outside. It was always inside, waiting for your focus to bring it to life. When your inner world aligns with your outer actions, you create a ripple effect that changes everything. Your confidence grows, your resilience strengthens, and your path becomes clearer. You become magnetic to opportunities and people who resonate with your authentic self. This clarity is not a destination, it's a continuous journey of rediscovery and refinement. Each day offers a new chance to check in with yourself, to recalibrate your focus, and to deepen your commitment to what matters most. When you live this way, every choice becomes a powerful declaration of self-respect and purpose. The world may try to distract you, but your inner compass will keep you steady. The fire inside you will burn brighter than ever before. Focusing on what truly matters transforms your life from chaotic and confusing to clear and powerful. This is your path to freedom, strength, and unstoppable growth. Embrace it fully, because when you do, you shock the world. Not with noise or force, but with the undeniable power of living true to yourself. To focus on yourself means learning to protect your energy fiercely. Every day, countless demands compete for your attention. Tasks, people, worries, distractions, and without clear boundaries, your energy will scatter in all directions, leaving you depleted and disconnected from your purpose. Setting boundaries is not just a practical tool. It is an act of self-love and respect. It declares to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that your time, your emotions, and your dreams are valuable. When you create boundaries, you build a fortress around your focus, a space where your growth can flourish without interruption or sabotage. This requires courage because boundaries often upset others. People may push back or try to test your limits. But this is exactly why boundaries are necessary. Without them, you become a target for endless demands that drain your spirit. Boundaries are the invisible lines that keep your focus sharp and your energy reserved for what truly matters. Psychologically, those who practice healthy boundaries experience lower stress, greater emotional stability, and more meaningful relationships. This is because boundaries protect your sense of self and prevent emotional burnout. When you say no to distractions and yes to your priorities, you create a rhythm in your life that aligns with your deepest values. This rhythm fuels momentum and clarity, making every step forward easier and more intentional. Boundaries don't isolate you, they empower you to engage with the world on your own terms. They give you the freedom to be present, to give your best energy where it counts, and to reclaim your power from chaos and overwhelm. Without boundaries, focus becomes impossible. Your mind becomes a battlefield of competing voices and obligations. But with clear limits, your attention becomes a laser beam that cuts through the noise, driving you toward transformation. It's important to understand that boundaries are not fixed. They evolve as you grow. What you protect today may expand tomorrow as your capacity increases. This growth requires self-awareness and honesty about what you can handle and what you cannot. Honoring your limits is not weakness, it is wisdom. Every time you uphold a boundary, you reinforce your commitment to yourself and your goals. This act, repeated consistently, builds a momentum so powerful that even setbacks cannot derail you. The shock you deliver to the world comes not just from your achievements, but from your refusal to allow anything or anyone to steal your focus. This quiet strength radiates confidence and attracts respect. People sense when someone is grounded in self-respect and purpose.
Keep all your passwords safe.
And they respond accordingly. By protecting your energy with boundaries, you create the foundation for unstoppable growth and transformation. You become the architect of your own life, designing a space where your dreams can take root and flourish. Focusing on yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. It is the most courageous act you can perform because it demands that you prioritize your truth above all else. When you protect your focus with fierce boundaries, you shock the world by becoming unbreakable, unshakable, and undeniably powerful. True focus demands that you learn to say no, not just to others, but to yourself. It is easy to fall into the trap of overcommitment, convincing yourself that you must do everything, be everywhere, and please everyone. But this only scatters your energy and blurs your vision. Saying no is a powerful skill, one that protects your time and preserves your mental clarity. It is an act of courage because it requires you to confront the fear of missing out, rejection, or disappointing others. Yet every no you utter is a yes to something more important: your growth, your dreams, your peace. When you say no, you reclaim control over your life. You build a shield against distractions and meaningless obligations that drain your spirit. Psychologically, learning to say no strengthens your self-esteem and reduces anxiety. It helps you align your daily actions with your deeper values rather than reacting to external pressures. This creates a sense of freedom and authenticity that fuels motivation and resilience. The power of no is not just about what you refuse, but what you choose to embrace instead. It creates space for intentional living. It allows you to focus on your priorities without guilt or hesitation. This clarity of purpose sharpens your energy and accelerates your progress. Saying no means trusting yourself enough to honor your limits and desires. It means recognizing that your time and energy are finite resources that deserve careful stewardship. When you protect these resources by saying no, you shock those around you, not with defiance, but with the quiet strength of someone who knows their worth and refuses to settle for less. This practice rewires your mind to value your needs as much as the needs of others. It dissolves the habit of seeking external approval and replaces it with internal validation. You begin to understand that your peace and focus are non-negotiable. This transformation is revolutionary because it shifts the source of your motivation from outside validation to inner conviction. It empowers you to pursue your path with clarity and determination. The ability to say no is also an act of self-compassion. It prevents burnout and protects your mental health. When you overextend yourself, you risk losing the very focus you need to succeed. Saying no is a preventative measure that keeps your energy reserves full and your mind sharp. It builds endurance and stamina for the challenges ahead. This discipline in saying no creates momentum that is both sustainable and powerful. It propels you forward because every choice is made with intention, not obligation. This momentum deepens your connection to yourself and your vision. It transforms distractions into opportunities for growth and self-mastery. When you master the art of saying no, you become a force that cannot be ignored. Your focus becomes your signature, and your life becomes a testament to the power of self-discipline and